Hey guys, it's Anna Gray, and I am here to welcome you to Team Beachbody Coaching and to go over a few things. Actually, this is a jam-packed 30 minutes of what we are going to, what you need to get started in this business regarding social media, how to do things right, how not to do things, or how to not do things wrong. So what I want to do is kind of go through the list here. We're going to go ahead and get started. Um, I'm going to start with your resources. Okay, you're a brand new coach. Now you need to know where to go to find things. Your resources are starting with your teambeachbody.com account, okay? You can see I'm logged into the teambeachbody.com account. This is what I like to call the blue page. You are going to log into this account every day as part of your routine. Hover over Coach, go to Coach Online Office, and you will see that I am going to be logged into my first business center. Now, this is a view of the Coach Online Office. There's a few things I want to point out before I get moving. Your most important items of interest are your breaking coach news. You're going to check that every day. The link to the National Wake Up Call is in there. I will go over that a little bit later. Along with your alerts, you need to check this every day to make sure that you don't have a new customer that popped in there without you noticing. Now, in the beginning, it'll probably have all zeros. Your volume will have all zeros, and your Success Club points will have all zeros. But these are the places that you're going to go look for to find those items. So you have your Success Club here, your alerts here, your volume here, and your news here. This is the stuff that you're going to check every day, okay? Personal development, you are going to click on Success. The Success tab here, I'm not going to click on it because it takes a little bit of time to load, but it comes with your Team Beachbody membership, your coach membership. If you're on a budget and can't afford a personal development book, you're going to either go online to YouTube and get some free personal development, or log onto the Success tab. There's a wealth of information in here. That in itself is worth your $15.95 a month just to be a coach, let alone the websites that they give you. You know, you've got 3 websites here, plus they come in English and Spanish. So these are your resources. There's plenty of training in here. After you get through the initial training that we give you, and you get going with your challenge groups, then you're going to go ahead and dig on in here and look at more training. But until then, you don't need to go into this. Otherwise, you will be flooded with information and you will not start. I guarantee you. So follow what we tell you and then get in there and do some extra training once you're done with all of the training that we provide. Okay, but this is your first resource is your Team Beachbody account, okay? Your next resource are your team pages. Your team pages on this team would be your Team Victory page and your Team Victory All-Star page. Now, this is the Team Victory page. The Team Victory page is comprised of my upline coach, Mike and Kelly Ryan, and their entire downline. You can see in this group right now, their entire downline that are on Facebook. Mike is a current 15 superstar diamond coach, the highest rank that you can have in the network. So he has a wealth of knowledge on here. This was my only team page up until the last year or so when I really branched off into my own team. I really helped in this team page originally. What it is it's a big group of people just sharing information, celebrating people's successes. It's a great place, and rank advancements and things like that, new coaches. This is a great place to go. You're going to check in here every day, but I'm going to tell you that the Team Victory All-Star page is going to be your classroom, okay? This is where you're going to come in here every day, and you're going to either ask questions, be a wealth of information, answer something that you know, comment on your teammates, support them in this team page. There are a lot of new coaches in this page. There are a lot of veteran coaches in this page. This is a reporting tool in here, but really this is our classroom. You are going to post any questions that you have in this Team Victory All-Star page with the certainty that you will get your question answered. Now, my inbox is not the quickest of answering questions. So if you have a quick question, the best bet is to post it into the Team Victory All-Star page to get your answer, okay? We all are developing leaders, okay? And the reason we're able to develop leaders is because we provide a group of supportive coaches for you to learn from, okay? We each learn from each other. If we stayed in our own little world, in our own little private messages, we wouldn't learn, we wouldn't grow. I encourage everybody to step out of their comfort zone and post in this group. I actually encourage you to post in this group every single day. If you post something motivational, that's great. If you post something scary, that's great. If you just comment on people's posts, that's great. What I don't like to see are people just liking posts. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. If you're the person that posted something and you just needed a little extra support, having someone comment on it below you makes a world of a difference for you to pick yourself up and go. So it's reciprocal. Comment, comment, comment. Even if you don't have the answer, if you completely agree with whoever is posting it, please share that with that person. Also, there is no negativity in this group. It is not allowed. If you are having a problem, then there is a way to word it without complaining or just, sharing it because you had to share it because you're upset. If there is a post in here that is a negative post or it's someone that's upset about something, it will be deleted. This is not the time or place for that. If you have a problem, you call Coach Relations and you deal with it there, okay? You do not bring down the house with your negativity. I just have to say that I don't ever have a problem. In fact, I don't think I've ever deleted anything, but I want to completely set that precedence so that we don't have to deal with that, okay? So negativity is not allowed, but this is the page that you are going to go to every single day, and you are going to comment on something in there, all right? This is your classroom. This is you showing up to work and doing your, checklist that you go to work with, okay? That is the Team Victory All-Star page. Now, those are your resources. You've got your teambeachbody.com account, and then you've got your two Team Beachbody team pages, okay? What you're going to need to do with the Facebook pages is you're going to need to save them as favorites. You're going to go ahead once you're added to the group and click on this little wheel, and you're going to, right here it says remove from favorites because it's already in my favorites. You're going to add to favorites. Favorites is going to allow it to show up on your left-hand side, and you're going to go ahead and group your groups together so that you can go back to these in a very efficient way. I will go, for me, I will go to the Team Victory page first, then I will go down to the Team Victory Also page first, second, and I will address everything I need to address, okay? And then I'm in and out. There's no scrolling. You can see for me, I don't have my news feed in front of me. I go directly to those pages. I deal with what I need to deal with, and I go in and out. You did not join this business to just do something extra for the fun of it, okay? You joined this business to make a difference in yourself and in somebody else's life. If not, then, enjoy scrolling the news feed. But if you're in this business, you're going to get used to not scrolling the news feed. You're going to be very purposeful for your activities in making a difference in someone's life. So those are your two resources that I wanted to address. And I am going to go ahead and close them so that, okay. So now you can see, here's my news feed, right? Let me go back to my list here. Okay. Those are your team pages. Now, 3 vital behaviors. Now, the 3 vital behaviors are being a product of the product, right? Diving into personal development. If you don't do any personal development, you are doing a disservice to yourself and your business. Okay, once I started to dive into personal development, 10 minutes a day, you have 10 minutes on the toilet. I don't want to be blunt, but you have 10 minutes on the toilet. 10 minutes a day of personal development. I showed you where you can find that in the Success Magazine. You can go onto YouTube. But that is just as important as you working out and you eating healthy, okay? And you inviting people. So the 3 vital behaviors are being a product of the product, eating healthy, drinking your shake, working out, and listening to your personal development. If you find yourself plateaued in your business, guess why? You're not listening to your personal development. You're going to remember me saying that. And inviting people, okay? If you don't invite people, no one will show up. Okay, that's part of the daily activities. All right, so your daily habits, I already discussed a few of them. It would be to go into your teambeachbuddy.com account, look at those 3 items that I said every single day, write it on your schedule, put it in your calendar at a certain time, your lunch hour, on a break, early in the morning, late at night. It has to be on your calendar, okay? Then national wake-up call is a must. If you can't catch it live on Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, you will catch the recording on either the playback line, which can be found in that Coach Online office under alerts, or not alerts, under news. And there's a podcast on iTunes that you can download, Team Beachbody Coach Call podcast. You can listen to it then, or of course live. But I will never miss a national wake-up call. And if you want to be successful, you're going to do what successful coaches do. I work this business as much as I did day one, actually more, because the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack, right? So if I'm listening to the National Coach Call, even though I'm crazy busy, then you should be listening to the National Coach Call. It will make a huge difference to start off your week. Your team call. The Team Victory All-Star calls are Sunday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. We do them on a video chat called Zoom, and you will have that information. If there is not going to be a call on Sunday nights, for some reason I can't get somebody to cover me, or I'm on vacation or whatever, I will post in the Team Victory All-Star page group and you'll be notified. Those calls also will be recorded and posted usually that night, if not the next day. Be patient if it's not in there that night. But again, those are the calls that you need to be on every single week. National Wake-Up Call, the Team Victory All-Star page call, and on Monday nights, the Team Victory page, a Team Victory group call by Mike Ryan. So you need to catch the recording of that if you can't make it on Monday nights. Otherwise, get on that call live, all right? The rest of the week, as far as calls go, are free for you. So make it a point. That's only 3 calls. Make it a point to put those in your schedule, just like you are the personal development, okay? So your daily habits are to check your online office, to do the 3 vital behaviors, and to listen to the national calls, okay? That is what successful people do. Day in, day out, when we're having a bad day, when we're having a great day, we still do it, okay? Again, the classroom is what I said for the Team Victory All-Star page. That is really the classroom. You're going to ask the questions in there. The what I like to call the upperclassmen are going to answer your questions, or myself. Frustrations can be posted a certain way, and I guarantee you will have the support you need. If you have invited people and you're having problems with that, I want to encourage you to share the invitation that you sent out and post it in the group, because you will get more than likely 4 or 5 answers that you can choose from to go back to your prospect and work on it and improve. I didn't have that in the beginning. I had to do it myself. I had to fail forward. I had to send many messages that were horrible without the support of a whole entire team to help me out, okay? So use that as a classroom. It's there for you. Again, we're building leaders. We're building leaders because leaders are those that are successful. You are not going to be a leader in the beginning. The moment that you sign up one coach, you become a leader. Not a leader that knows everything, but a leader that is responsible for the person you brought in, okay? And I don't think that I've stressed that enough over the years, but I would like to stress that now. You have a responsibility to guide that person with the resources that you have, including the Team Victory All-Star page. Let's just say you're lost. You signed up a new coach and you don't know what to do. You're completely lost. You're frozen. Post it in that group. You will become a leader, which means you will become successful, okay? You have joined a business. You're a business owner, right? So you need to create hours. Now, I worked in this business for 4 years, working full-time with a 45-minute each way commute. I would leave at 7 in the morning. I would get home at my kids' bedtime. I still needed to work out. I still fitted in my schedule enough over 4 years to be able to walk away from a 6-figure income career, 20-year career, because I set my hours. My hours were on my way to work, I listened to personal development. At lunch, I did all of my invitations. I messaged people for an hour at lunch. That was my power hour at lunch. I got home, I spent 15 minutes with my family, and then I worked out. It was horrible because it was late, but I did it, and I made it happen, okay? You have to be very, very specific about your time. You just can't, like I said, go through the news feed and just scroll. If you have hours that you are going to be doing this, you'll have your business set up. Now, that being said, you need to be patient. It is a business. Now, if you opened a restaurant business, do you think that you would have a whole customer load of people in your restaurant day one? No, you lead up, you invite people to your restaurant. You ask for referrals to, hey, I'm opening this restaurant. Will you invite your friends? Will you invite your friends? Will you invite your friends? That's how people show up to your restaurant. That's how people show up to your business, okay? So it's the same concept. Just think of yourself as owning a restaurant that costs you $15.95 a month. That's it, right? You need to be able to invite people. You need to be able to present yourself in your restaurant accordingly to represent who you are, not who somebody else is. Yes, Beachbody is the mechanism and the place that provides the tools, but it's you that provides the service, okay? So think of that as a restaurant. Now, if you hated pizza, would you open up an Italian restaurant? No, okay? But if you liked Italian food and you could make it without pizza, but you make it your own, you put your own little flair in it. That's the same thing with this business. You're going to put your own little flair in it, which leads me into my next thing, talking about passion. What is passion? Maybe you don't know what your passion is yet. Maybe you're just stepping your little foot in here now and aren't quite, just kind of testing it out. And that's totally fine. A lot of the times your passion hits you a little bit later. Passion actually hits most people once they're involved in the team pages and the challenge groups. Then they start to realize that something was missing in their life. And it's this thing that just fuels your fire, right? Something about working, it doesn't feel like work. For me, 5 years went by so fast because it doesn't feel like work. It's my passion. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good when people feel good. Okay? That's not to say that it's not frustrating at times. It absolutely is, because it's a business. But if you think about it before you go to bed, and you think about it when you get up, chances are it's your passion. If you think about how I'm going to talk to people, how I want to help people, how that person I just saw walk down the street that is 300 pounds shouldn't be and should be healthy, that is your passion, okay? If that doesn't hit you, then maybe it's not your passion, okay? But your passion is what's going to lead you into getting up and doing those daily activities, is to working on your hourly schedule, is to invite, is to, you know, post on Facebook, is to talk to people in the grocery store, is to smile at people. That, your passion will drive you. If that is not your passion, you will walk through the grocery store with your head down, not looking at anybody, okay? So I want you to start thinking about, what is your passion? How does that look like to you? What does that look like to you, okay? Now, the 3 vital behaviors include inviting. So how do we invite people, right? We are going to invite people. Now, I personally did most of my business, 99% of my business, on social media. Some of it is in person. Those that I've done my business in person are typically friends of mine who I've known for years, who I play hockey with, or who I play soccer with, or who are at my kids' sporting events, okay, or people from work. Those are those people that that will most likely be a part of your business, but chances are it won't be until later on down the line, okay? It's not to say that you can't invite somebody that you are friends with, but it's to say, don't get discouraged when they say no, or they give you a hard time about what you're doing. I mean, I had that happen to me. That definitely happened to me with many of my friends. And guess what? Now they're in the business with me, okay? Or when I left my job, I didn't really have any customers or coaches for my job until I actually left. And then they were intrigued with what I had going on. So those that are really close to you, those are the ones that are going to help you in the beginning, okay, to reach rank advancement. You know, it's going to be your spouse and your mom, or, you know, your spouse and your best friend, or your 2 best friends. Those are the people that trust you. Even if you fail, they're going to help you out, okay? It's the other people, the people at the party, that will listen to you, but probably won't trust you until you prove yourself. But as long as you're talking about it, then at least their eyes are open, okay? So 99% of my business has been inviting on social media. And for me, it's been mostly Facebook. Now, in the last couple years, Instagram has been very popular. Instagram, YouTube, and blogs, and Pinterest. Those are all forms of social media that you can be successful in this business with, okay? I'm going to talk about Facebook because that is what I know best. We do have resources regarding Instagram. Instagram, now, if you don't have a blog, you've never put a YouTube channel up, and you're just getting familiar with Facebook, then I suggest you open an Instagram account, because what I've seen is most new coaches who dive into our Instagram training do pretty darn well with Instagram, okay? But you can use Instagram, and Facebook are very easy to use and to start your business with. Then you start to branch off into the other things, like a blog. And I know that that's intimidating, but we have resources to create your own blog. And YouTube, you're going to get used to doing videos like this. I'll tell you, I did a lot of business through YouTube, just me, just putting myself out there. Of course, not pretty, I've not made up. I mean, my videos now look 10 times better than they did before, which will also lead me into another thing regarding the posts. But inviting, you're going to send private messages to people. You're going to go down your Facebook list. You're gonna send them a private message, and it's not going to be about Beachbody. It's going to be, you know, hey, how's it going? I noticed that you went whitewater rafting, or your daughter's birthday. I hope she had a great birthday. You know, did you have anything special? Was it a themed party? Nothing about Beachbody, okay? Those are the messages that you're going to have. You're going to schedule those messages every single day in and day out, day in and day out. You're going to privately message people, because people don't get private messages often, and they get really surprised when they have something in their inbox. Okay, they check it. They're very touched by someone who just noticed one little thing about them, because typically people are interested in themselves and themselves only. So if you show interest in somebody else, it is going to stand out. Even if it's a birthday message, even if you send a private message that says happy birthday. Most people post on their Facebook walls. You will make a difference if you send them a private message, including sending a private message the day before their birthday. Okay, those are the things that stand out. The other thing I wanted to say about that, I'll talk about that later as well, is that actually helps with you popping up in their newsfeed. So private messages are by far the most important thing on Facebook, I believe. Okay. You're also going to post on Facebook. Now, inviting is not to say, hey, join my Shakeology challenge group. I would love to find a post that's just screaming icky. I don't even know someone that would scream icky. Shoot. Let's see if I can scroll through here and see if I see someone that's icky. Because usually I block that stuff. Everybody's gotten creative, and I'm going to go through those details. I'm just dying to find something. Okay. Usually I can find something. Wow, I'm impressed. So many people have gotten really good at how they post, and I hope that your newsfeed looks like this too. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Okay, here's one. Okay. This screams icky. This screams kind of, I think that this is somebody that tagged their coach in it, but if you were, as a coach, were to post this, it's very boring and it screams, what is this person going to sell me? All right. So that is what you don't want to be doing. I'm going to go through a few things about how to, what to post, what not to post. In fact, I'll do that right now. Now, if you look at this was taken in April of 2010 from my BlackBerry. That's how exciting that was. From my BlackBerry. And okay, I knew nothing. This is April 2010. I became a coach in August of 2009. I knew nothing about Beachbody. I mean, how do I do this? I don't know. Shoot a picture, selfie, whatever. This is the most disgusting, unappealing picture there is. Okay. Who wants to look at this? I certainly don't, but I didn't know better, so that's okay. We've definitely improved. So what I want you to do is not post a picture like this. I want you to be creative. There's still a way to share that you're working out and feeling great and doing great things, but it's not this way, okay? This is where you're going to follow people and you're going to learn. But what I will do is I will show you, in fact, I probably have more of those bad pictures like this. Scream sales, not so good. Don't do that. Yeah. That's kind of boring. Be creative. Okay. It's just me at work. You know, me saying that, I have to say that as icky as that was, I still did okay with it. You know, I still was able to build a business, but why not start off a little stronger than that? Okay. So what I wanted to do, and I think I lost the picture, was how I've improved on that. In fact, I probably will be able to find it here. No. Okay, so we can scroll through my photos, right, to see how that's improved. Well, let's just take my mobile uploads. And so you saw how unappealing that was. Now you can take something like, I know which picture I'm looking for. Because we're looking at workout pictures, right? So, getting there, I'm getting there, getting there. Good example. And then I'm going to scroll up and show you something here. Okay. So now, remember that picture. Now, what's the difference between that picture and this picture? The big difference is that I'm smiling. I learned that I used to not smile. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I worked out. It's so unappealing. Smile in your picture. Make it look like you had a good time, even if you're dripping sweat. Please do not post a picture of you dripping sweat because nobody can see it on Facebook, okay? Take a big smile, put a filter on it, put some wording on there. How do you feel? You know, right here I was feeling like I love this workout. This is exactly how I feel and I wanted to share it, all right? So that's how I want you to share your journey. You can scroll up here. Now, if you were just to pop on my Facebook wall, you would see, what do I like to post about? Well, I like to post about my family, right? You can see my kids. I like to post about my fitness and health. I love selfies, obviously. I don't know why, but I do. But my family, food, fitness, and motivation, right? Here's a couple motivation pieces. Do what you love, okay? So what I've done is I've made life easy for me. I've created categories of what I like to post with. So what do I post, right? We're still at this, what do I post? So what I want you to do is I want you to create 5 categories of what your interests are. You know, I play hockey. That's part of my interest. Go Kings go. You know, my kids play hockey. So between hockey, my family, I like to travel, motivation, those are it. I don't need to post about anything else. That you can get that from these pictures here, right? Doesn't scream beach. Well, of course, I went to the summit, so these all scream kind of Beachbody. But you know, I mix this in. I have my family and just me working on the grocery store, and my kids karate, and they got their black belt. And you know, this does not scream salesy at all. I did start the refresh, and I told you not to do this, but I did. And you know what? It still got 80. But as a brand new coach, people don't know what you're doing. I mean, I've been doing this long enough to know when I post a box of something, they know it's probably going to be Beachbody. So pick categories. Pick 5 things, you know, family, faith, fitness, food. Write those down, and you're only going to post about those things. So that when somebody comes to your photos of you, what does it show? It gives a very good piece of who you are. I love selfies. I love to be surrounded by amazing people. Those amazing people tag me in pictures, which I love. I love food. I love motivation. That's what this, I love the freedom to be able to travel, okay? That's what I want somebody to do. Now, I'm going to scroll. I'm going to go to, oh boy. I'm going to go to somebody that I don't know. I mean, that I know, but I don't know. Let's see. If I go to friends, and I go recently added because I don't know. Let's see. Let's just take somebody. Okay. And if this ends up being you, then, you know, sorry. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm going to scroll to her Facebook feed, right? This screams that she likes to have fun. Looks like she does another network marketing, but she does a really good job at sharing what she loves to do, right? There's nothing horrible about this page. It's actually quite nice. I get to just learn about their family. This is what I want you to do. I don't want you to change anything based on you becoming a coach. So you're gonna first take your 5 categories, and then you're gonna post 3 to 5 times a day. Now I used to use a chart, and you can go ahead and do this. You're gonna post, you know, what I like to do is breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If that's easy for you, One thing is motivation in the morning, and something about your lunch in the afternoon, and something about your family in the evening. Or take a piece of one of those 5 categories and post 5 times a day. General motivation, food, fitness. Now you can schedule those posts ahead of time. You can use something like Buffer app. I use Buffer all the time. It gives me the ability to set up posts on the weekend, for the week, for my busy week, so I don't have to post live. Okay, use Buffer, use Hootsuite, Google those, and they're very simple to use. I used to use Hootsuite, but I swear Buffer is the way to go. This way that you can consistently be alive. Now you're a brand new coach and you're afraid to post, right? I am going to take one of my brand new coaches and see how she's doing on posting. She's sharing her family and motivation and food. So she's doing a really good job. This gives a great, there's nothing on her page that just reads sales. It only reads motivation. That's what I want you to do. So post 3 times a day. What your friends are going to see is just nice, fun things that they want to see. The other thing is that I want to talk about is how are you going to show up in the news feed. The way you show up in the news feed is through interaction. When you send somebody a private message, you are, according to Facebook, you're interacting with them, okay? So a way to do that, an easy way to do that, and so they see those 5 posts a day or those 3 posts a day or whatever, is to go down your friends list. If you take your friends list and you go, I'm going to take my friends that start with the letter A, and I start typing in A, right? And I go through every person that I know that starts with A, and I send them a quick message. Okay, for example, if I click on Chelsea and I end up on her page and I see that she's had a busy day ahead of her, then I'm going to send her a private message and say, see if you can see this because I can't see it. Had a busy day today. I hope it got better. Have a great night. Okay, send. That's all you have to do, okay? So you're going to go through 5 or 10 people a day and just send those messages. And that way, Chelsea will start to see my posts. And I'll give you an example, too, of if you go through your friends from high school, okay, and you just do the same thing and you start to leave messages, and they don't even need to be messages. Say you weren't friends with this person and you end up on their page, you can post a comment or comment something under a picture of theirs. They will start to see your post, okay? That is how you interact with your existing friends. What you're going to start to need to do is you're going to end up talking to the same people unless you add friends. So if you go to your friends and you click on Find Friends, okay, there's so many ways to find new friends. What I like to do, and I already kind of went through this and pretty much added everybody from high school, but you can click on your high school and see all of the people in here. What you'll do is you'll you'll click add friend, and when they accept it, you'll send them a friend request and say, I remember you, or maybe you don't remember me. I just wanted to say hi. It's great to connect with people from the old days. I know for me, I was a really, really shy athlete, and I wasn't friends with any of the popular people or the cheerleaders or anybody like that. But I will tell you now that I got over that. I friended everybody that I knew in high school, and many, many of them are either coaches of them on my team or challengers of mine. And I didn't really even know them in high school, but they were an opportunity to really, we're all adults now. We all have issues and we all have needs. But when you send those interactions, you comment on their Facebook page or their messages, then they will start to see your post. Now, if you're not being consistent and you're not posting those 3 to 5 posts a day, then they won't see anything, right? You won't get the opportunity to share. So it's really easy to share motivating things. In fact, you're welcome to go over to my page and find anything that hits you, save that picture and share it as your own. Don't just click the share button. If something hits you that you feel that people need to hear, then share it. And again, the best times are just simply breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, those are really the times that are best for sending those things out there. Okay, so how do I stay organized? I talked about that a little bit. There are things like your favorites over here, but there are also ways to follow certain people called interest lists. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to scroll down on the left side and you can see here it says interest. You're going to click more and it's going to end up here. You want to create a list for people to follow. Now, what I did was I created a list of top coaches, like the top 10 coaches, because I like to see what they're posting and see how I can tweak mine. Of course, making it my own, but really making the message the way I wanted to, unlike making it that old, ugly message of me working out with a gross face. Okay, so I want you to follow the top coaches in the network. Find the top 10 list. You can see here I've added people, and I've created a list called coaches to follow. You can make it private, only you. And then what happens is once you follow them, I think I've already created that list. Then I can actually look at my list and I can actually make it a favorite. So let's look for my list, coaches. Because otherwise this is a pain to find it every time. Oh, I can't find it. I will have to find my list. Here, let's look at interests. Okay, if I go to more, there, okay. And then you should be able to find my coaches to follow. Must be this one. Yeah, this is the coaches to follow list. But I can make this a favorite too. I can rename the list, notification settings. This is a great way for you to keep on track of people so that you don't have to scroll the news feed. And this way, these are some of my coaches on my team that I have a list for that I can actually kind of scroll through and see what they're posting. But interest lists are a very easy way to stay organized. In fact, I think I have some of these are interest lists here. Oh no, I got rid of them. But interest lists, I want you to follow the top 10 coaches and create an interest list and add it to your favorites so that you can kind of get an idea, including, follow myself, follow Mike Ryan, and see what we post so that you can stay on top of what to post throughout the day. So one more thing I wanted to discuss is the tips and tricks that I know, because again, 90% of my business I do on my phone. There are some phone apps that I use all the time to add a little flair to my picture so that it doesn't look like that ugly picture that I showed you in the beginning. Phone apps include WordSwag. You can see this list here, WordSwag, Be Funky. And you can feel free to pause this and write down these apps for yourself. And then again, how to be seen on the newsfeed is interacting with people. Go through your friends list and find people that you don't normally see that pop up in your feed, and go send them a message or comment on their photos. They will start to see your posts, and you will need to continue to add new people into your network every single day. And a great way to start that is going back to your high school list. In fact, one of the top coaches in the network, I was just watching a video of hers. She took out her high school yearbook. She was a very shy, she called herself a not shy, nerdy girl. She took her high school yearbook and she went through every single person and friended them on Facebook. Okay, you can't do it in one day because Facebook doesn't like that, but take 3 people a day and do that. And you will continue to add your list and you will continue to grow so that people start to see what you like to share, you know, those 5 categories. And then what happens is that people start to come to you. You're not chasing people down to sell them anything. All you're doing is brightening their day. So that little message that I sent Chelsea should hopefully brighten her day and make her feel great. That was my intention. Okay, so I think that we covered everything that I wanted to cover on this webinar. Again, you're brand new. This should get you going with what you should be doing every single day, and we will start to work into more inviting. There's a lot of resources that I've shared or that I will be sharing on examples of what to send people when you invite. But be confident in knowing that you are not trying to sell something to somebody. You are trying to make a difference in somebody's life. So when you go out there and you lead with your heart and your only intention is to brighten somebody's day or to give somebody hope, then you cannot fail in this business. Okay, what were you doing before this, right? You're drinking your shake, which is your groceries. You're working out, which is you're working on yourself. You're reading personal development, which is also working on yourself. There's nothing extra out here that doesn't help you. You brighten somebody's day, even if you don't make a penny. It's worth every moment that you spend, and I guarantee you that you will feel that way. I have so many coaches that were in a bad place before they started my challenge group, and then they started coaching and it's completely changed their life, even, you know, until they sell one thing. You know, it leads you into something else as long as you lead with your heart and be systematic about it, so you're not wasting your time. Your time is precious. You want to spend time with your family. I know I do. So I'm in and out with the goal of providing hope and help to other people, okay? This business can be amazing for you. You just have to put in the effort. It's not easy. I mean, easy is sitting on the couch and doing nothing. But I've just laid out what I do every single day. And I've been doing this for 5 years. I did this in the beginning. I did this now. I still do it. It's a very simple business. It's very simple to do, and it's very simple not to do. It's very simple to not schedule those posts, right? When you have a bad day or you feel in the dumps. It's very easy to not schedule those posts. You will look back at yourself and go, why am I not growing in this business? Why did I do this? It's a waste of time. That's because you decided to put it on hold, okay? If you decide that you are tired of being stuck with where you're stuck, then why not make that extra effort to post 3 times a day, to send 3 messages to someone, and to send 3 Facebook requests? I mean, it really is that simple, okay? You have the support of myself and your team. You cannot fail in this business. You can continue to grow only if you stay connected with your upline coach, myself, the team. When you fall away, there's nobody that can read your mind, okay? Remember, there's nobody that can read your mind. It's your business. It's your responsibility, but I've laid it out for you to where you are completely lined up for success. There's nothing hiding here. I've given you my tips and tricks on how to show up in the newsfeed. One more thing too about that. If you post something that, you know, 1 or 2 people comment on, don't go right away and comment underneath that. You know, like one of them, it'll pop back up in the newsfeed. Make one comment, it'll pop back up in the newsfeed. You do that all day. It keeps popping up in the newsfeed, thinking that there's interaction there. That's Facebook likes, interaction. So that's one of my tips I forgot to mention. I do this all the time. If I have a good post, I'll like a couple likes, and then I'll go back later and I'll do it again so that it keeps popping up so people can see it, right? Some people are not on Facebook in the morning and are on at night, and vice versa, okay? So that's it. I hope this was helpful, and I can't wait to see you guys' posts.